Good afternoon. My name is Beth. Welcome to Watercolor Painting in the Afternoon. Today, I've been really into painting birds here lately, so today I want to paint a bluebird. I don't want to get too bogged down, in the details. I'm going to keep it relatively loose. And I'm looking at this picture that I have on Pinterest, and the bird is pretty much facing me. And what I'm noticing is that he has a basic shape, like a teardrop, almost, like an upside down teardrop. And then his tail comes down this way. It's nice if you're going to paint a picture of a bird or really almost any animal, it's nice to keep the basic shapes in mind. And then his head comes straight up here and curves around. This little beak is right here. It's got a little bitty point on the end, little pointy beak. And then his eye, a bird's eye, you can almost follow exactly the line of the beak. His eye will be about right there. And then you can see his wings, but not that well. I don't know, is that head too big? I think I made the head too big. Let's reduce that down in size a little bit. I've never been the best at drawing things, but let's see if we can do a little bit better than that. How about that? Let's take him down just a little bit in size. And here's his beak. And here's his eye right here. And we're going to pull it down like that. That's a little bit better. Like he had a very large head. Okay. And then you can see his little wings off to the side a little bit. Right here. Right here. And then you can see his other wing is just tucked off to the side a little bit like that. We've got a branch he's sitting on. It's coming down this way. And little berries on the branch. So I'm just going to kind of draw those berries in a little bit. Let's see, he's got his little claw feet. Sort of a 1, 2, 3 deal right here. And a 1, 2, 3 deal right here. And you really don't see much of his leg. It's up there, but you don't see much of it. Kind of like that. We've got the branches coming down this way. He's sitting right there on it. We've got a couple more berries. Let's see, there's one right about here. Okay, that's it. That's the bird. All right. Now, what we want to do is just mark off where he's blue, mark off where he's red, or kind of a burnt sienna, and then mark off where he's white, and then this is gray. So we're talking all of this area here, all of this, and it comes down this way a little bit, and the wing are blue. This is blue. This is all red. This is white. So I'll just put a little W right there. And this is gray. And so there's our bluebird. What I'm going to do is trace this onto my paper. And as soon as I've got it traced, I'll be back and we'll paint. Alright, there's a very faint drawing of my bird. I'm going to fill it in just a little bit so that it's visible, both to me and maybe to you. I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but here's the teardrop shape here. The bird's head, and then his little beak, his little eye right there, tail, which comes down this way, and a little bit of a feather going off that way. And we had the branch coming this way, and I'm not going to mess with the branch just yet. Let's get the bird where we want it, and then we'll mess with the branch. Actually, that wing, now that I'm looking at it here, it kind of comes this way. like that, into the body of the bird a little bit. There we go. It's just a bluebird, and we're just going to paint it the regular bluebird colors, blue and a rusty red and a white, and a little bit of gray in the tail. So I've mixed up cobalt, tiny bit of yellow, just to make that little bit of, I don't know, I guess you'd call it almost an aqua color. But anyway, that's about the color I want. And I'm going to just start putting it in little bit by little bit, right up here. I'm going to try not to be too specific with this one. I'm not going to try to be too detailed with it. I think this bird is going to lend itself to a looser application, so I'm just going to play with it. Not get too detailed, not get too bogged down. So I'm going to hush now, and I'm just going to paint. And you can follow along if you want, or just watch, or whatever you want to do. So now I'm adding in some of the shadows on the bird. And a little of the texture on his chest. A little way up here as well. But it gets more as you come down. See, I did not want to get too specific here, so I'm going to blend it a little. I don't want that to be too many little strokes there that you see. I just want it to blend. A little bit more blue right here. And a little brightness, but also a little shadowy color coming this way. Like I said, not too many details. get a smaller brush, which is right here. This is a number 2 round Princeton Neptune. And we're going to make a little black beak with some kind of yellowish orange at the closer end. And also his eye is black. But with a nice little highlight about right here. And then take some of that out because the eye itself is a little on the gray side. Not so much really black, but a little on the gray side, and I just destroyed his pupil. That's okay, I'll come back and put that in. Now more of this kind of yellowish orange, and I'm going to add it right here at the beak. It's a little too much water. Right here at the beak. Let's see if I can't get that color right. All right. Well, he's a little bit. This is why I often do more detailed birds. They're actually easier. Can I give you that as a secret? That is a secret I've learned. They are easier. So this looks okay. I'm not as excited about it as I usually am about my more detailed birds, but it's okay. Let's see if I can't get that pupil back in there. Yeah, right there. All right, and now he's sitting on a branch, so let's go for the branch. I've got more details to put on this bird. I'm not done by any means, and I'm not just going to leave it, you know, without any detail, but I'm also not going to get too caught up. I just wanted to paint a bird. All right, so there's the branch he's sitting on. And there's some very bright berries on this branch. So for example, one right here at the end. And if I didn't get it exactly right in the pencil drawing, then I'm gonna get it right now, instead of getting upset about what it looks like. Okay, so a little bit of a highlight right there. There's another one right here, kind of a smaller one. Okay, and then there's one back here. And one right here. Leave a little highlight on that one too. Come back with my gray. We've got to connect them. I don't want to touch them because they're really wet and I don't want them to bleed in right there. For the moment, I don't want them to do that. Okay. And I do think I'm going to put a little shadow on the branch. Let's get that shadow in there. Now, I know you can't hear this, but my cat is snoring very loudly. It is funny. Let's see here. Feet. I need to do feet, and there's a little bitty bit of a feather back there as well. Feet are hard. And really, somebody told me once, you know what, feet are just a shape. And I was like, yeah, but you mess them up so easy. So I'm gonna try this. So this is one little, look at that. Dang it. Should have known better. I always mess up the feet. There we go. Let's just take that out. No. That's all right. Try it again. There's one foot. And I'll try that again over here. And it's not as clear. It almost looks like he's got one toe resting on this little berry. So I'm going to do that. See, I'm getting black in the berry though. Okay. It looks like I told you I don't do feet, man. Shoot. Anyway, that's like, you know, it's all right. One thing I want to do is I want to come back, and I think I'm going to attempt to draw with my brush a little bit of an outline. I know I don't usually do outlines, but let's just put some contrasting colors in here. Let's just see where it goes, and maybe I won't outline so much as I'll just indicate areas that are maybe more in shadow, like that. And some over here. Okay, and then this is really, this little bit right here is really in shadow. And he's got some little feathers that indicate his cheek right there. And then he's got maybe just a little. What I was saying before that cut off on me is that I wish people would give credit where it's due. When you take a picture and you put it on Pinterest, if you know who took the picture, then say something. You know, just give people credit. All right. So I'm not going to do much more to that. I think it looks pretty decent, and he's just this little bluebird. Got a little bit of black right there, and maybe his eye comes back this way a little bit, and that just helps him a little bit more. I got that too big. Just a little tiny line right there, and then bring that beak back a little bit. There we go. So what do you think? That's just a loose bird. It's not with the minute little strokes and everything that I usually do, but you know what? That was a little bit more relaxing. And I'm not joking with you just when I say it's harder to paint loose than it is to paint detailed. It's actually harder because every stroke should count, and you want to keep it as loose and as easy as you can. You don't want a lot of extra little strokes trying to fix everything, which I'm really bad about. But anyway, I mean, it can turn out looking okay. That's just my little bluebird for today. And I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, I hope you'll like and subscribe, because that helps me know you're watching. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.